Greetings. How you doing? This is Ken O'Dossie Leslie, and I am going to do a reading today. My readings are about the ether, the energy that's in the in the air. Basically, as I said, like at this time, I don't do personal readings, but I do pull cards in order to interpret the energy that is happening on a certain date, certain time, or whatever. And you can take this and apply it to your life, apply it to your situation, or whatever. And I hope that it's helpful. We have like in the cards the major arcana, which really deals with the soul, deals with what is inside of us, and the minor arcana is more associated with the astrological energy and the energy on the outside and how those energies affect us. So basically, let's get started. I have already pulled 6 cards here, and basically, the first one I have here is Shango, which is a large man of strong build, sitting on a huge rock in a lotus position but erect, as if his thighs and hips and spine were at an angle. His hands hold one of his main tools or symbols, the double-edged axe, with which is a noble fighter, and he's about justice. He is about justice. He's about something that needs to be applied in today's world right now, because everything is out of kilter. It's everything is just out of balance or whatever, So this is the energy that we need in order to start putting things right, basically with ourselves, And once, we get that right with ourselves, and then we can, project that energy around us in our environment, The axe covers his eyes, because justice must be fair and objective, and above all, unbiased. On the upper half of his right arm, he wears an ornament band against Egun's spirits of the dead, decorated with seashells, and around his neck he wears a chain or necklace in his colors, which his colors are red and white. The figure transmits a feeling of balance, stability, strength, and security. A cloud in the sky perfectly describes the environment or place where the Orisha exercises his influence. Shango is the owner of the stones. He is the patron of thunder and lightning. He has lightning that he gave to one of his wives, Oya, to whom is the thunder and the lightning belongs to Oya right now. He makes his voice heard through the sound of thunder, although his power, his Hashe, resides in the stones. And according to legend, Shango has three wives, Oya, Oba, and Oshun, which reveals his ardor and love and gives us an idea of psychological features of the spiritual sons he protects as guardian angels. His wives share different times and different stages and passages in life with him, sustaining the belief in the broad protection usually ascribed in his personality. He represents judges and magistrates, justice in general, and the concept of justice as such, fairness, balance, equality, of conditions, administrative procedures, execution of contracts, bureaucracy, vouchers, documentation, papers in general, examinations, seminars, courses, and conventions. He acts as an ideal or idealization of a thought, and on our conscience above all, that is ethical and on the social side. Like the concept of truth, justice does not always agree with what people may sometimes consider to be fair or true. Okay, and a lot of that is happening in our culture right now. You know, it's just that sometimes what is fair is overridden by, you know, like everybody's doing it, so that's fair, you know. And, you know, and a lot of times, you know, it's just individuals need to, you know, be able to decide on their own where they want to go and what they want to do, and not to be forced into doing something that they don't want to do, you know, whatever that might be. And basically, well, you know, that's all I'm going to say about Shango. You know, next card here that I pulled is Baba Lorisa, Baba Locha. This card is the priest, whose right hand is pointing in the sky, as you can see, as if asking for mercy and enlightenment, showing respect and waving to the Orishas, whose left hand holds a little bell calling each of the saints for help. The sound of the bell is highly vibrant and used in almost all belief systems for keeping away any noxious spiritual elements. One hand points upward as if wanting to catch the supreme energy, and the other hand points downwards, directing such energy to humanity. He looks majestic, although his clothing is almost devoid of any trim. His white tunic alludes to the main Orishas, Obatala, for white is their color, representing the high spirituality attained by a person who turns to the Orishas for any duty or function within Africanism. These may include anything from abstaining from eating red meat on Obatala's day, drinking or having sexual intercourse on is one of the leading saints of the guardian angel's day. All of these prohibitions go into effect at least 7 hours before performing the religious ceremony. A virtuous, prudent, just man, giving wise counsel and making wise decisions with a deep emotive psychology that will go deep into your mind and heart, full protection against all evil, peace and spirituality, solidarity, a measured, cautious person, and above all, showing strong meditations and ability, concentration and willpower. Good sense, which will prevail, or he could do something required of him or requested of him. The card advises perseverance, will, and analysis of goals. Let your spirit and mind prevail over matter. Have a strong belief in a higher power, which is the only way to success. You know, so, you know, the only way to success is about spirituality. You know, we can try this and we can try that and we can try the same things that we've been trying over and over again, you know, but you have to go inside and find the answers that you need, you know, which, of course, you know, sometimes going somewhere, getting quiet, getting away from the hustle and bustle of the matrix, you know. So basically, this is what this card is about. Next card is the moon. The moon, which is, and the moon does a lot of things in terms of emotion. You know, it gets us going. You know, it gets us not thinking in a logical pattern. The energy from the moon sometimes feeds and makes us more emotional than we should be. Our last quarter moon has been chosen for this card with a schematic and geometrical fix in an immovable figure. The darkest part represents what was worn away, while the white part represents the light, the little light of the moon, and how it reflects on the earth. Tears, pain, run down from her diamond-shaped tips. These summits of the stone and the earth, the material, point towards the sky, the spiritual, as if asking for a chance, the opportunity for salvation. There follows an expanse of snow-covered terrain setting a parameter, the limit of indifference. In the center, a spade pieces of bleeding heart, annihilation of the illusions and treason. Esoterically, the moon is negative, with no poetic or romantic sense. The principle, she is feminine and yin, but in the identification as a last quarter moon, she represents a loss of values and strengths. Like the sun, the moon has been revered since the beginning of time, by the Egyptians, who called her Isis. The Phoenicians called her Astarte, the goddess of love. And the Yoruba do not consider her as an Orisha, but realize her importance in relationship to humanity. And as I said, her strongest relationship is emotions, and sometimes it drives you crazy, as in the word lunatic, and so this card represents sadness, depression, grief, sorrow, hidden enemies. Lilith, the dark side of the moon. The negative charge is bad spirits, influence, torture, abduction, loss of freedom, nervousness, nervous system imbalance that could lead to madness, terror, uncontrollable fear, slander. It may also mean alcohol or drug abuse or any kind of harmful or highly detrimental dependence, So sometimes, we have to be careful in terms of where we go, what we experience, and we have to make up our own mind within our own heart as to what we should do, because, a lot of times this culture pressures us into doing things that are not necessarily good for us, and sometimes these things can cause delusions, insanity, along with the energy of the moon, total lunacy, So, this is not a good card, So, and I won't spend too much time on it, I'm going to keep going because I don't know how much time I got. The enslaved prisoner, a slave with hands and feet tied to the wooden log, several chains locked around him. Nobody shares his pain. The punisher is not present either, and the slave's destiny is adrift. His eyes are closed, revealing an inner effort to survive. His mental communication with Olorun and Olorun, god of the Africans, asking for help and salvation. His hope is based on his knowledge that there's another life beyond this one. His faith is the immortality of the soul. The meaning behind this is you are a victim of defamation, gossip, felonies are around you. Strengthen yourself. You would need it because your surroundings are exerting pressure on you. You will be subject to unjustified moral, physical, and or spiritual punishment. You are not allowed to be or to do. Loneliness, execution, suffering. Everything is hard to attain. sacrificial and difficulties at the same time, laments and hardship, retaliation and binding. So, you know, basically, we don't have to do anything that we don't want to do. You know, we just have to have the courage to stand up for what we know is right in our hearts, you know, and although they're gonna try to restrain us or try to imprison us or whatnot, you know, you can do the right thing, you know. So this is what this card is about, and maybe there's a lot of information on this card, but you know, I'm cutting it short because of time, and you know, and I hope that you are able to get some of the ideas that I have said about this card. And this one is Six of Water. During the night of the full moon, the tide has risen. It has risen high. The moon, mother par excellence, gives us shelter and protection in the dark night. Therefore, a mermaid is lying on the water. She was sent by our great mother, Yemaya, who protects our homes and our families. A school of multicolor and mostly silver fish swims around. Although the night is dark, the moon in its plenitude illuminates the immensity of the water. Meaning of this card is glee, re-encounter with friends, and return to old origins, interchange of ideas, thoughts, and knowledge, and presence, you know. So, I mean, you know, basically this is a good time to, you know, call some of the people in our lives and see what's going on with folks, you know, and make that connection, because we're moving into a time where we're going to need connection, and we're going to need spiritual support as well as physical support and different things. You know, so this card is calling on, you know, to you get with families and get with people of your same ilk, and bond together, you know. So basically, like I said, well, I have one more card here. You know, this is Six of Earth, and this is a man, the sovereign animal between the others who share this kingdom. He distributes food in equal shares, giving 6 bales of foodstuff to the prejudiced goat and petulant zebu and the goat. And you have won because you have received from the powerful one who offers support and equability. Take it as a gift. It can represent important employment offers, contracts, and association where all parties will share on a 50-50 basis. Seize the opportunity, you know. Seize the opportunity, you know. So there is, even in these times, there's opportunity for growth, expansion, you know. But we just have to be in the right mind and right spirit, you know, in order to be able to receive these things, in order to, you know, to observe them, to be aware of them, you know. So, so basically, you know, this card is just about, even in our association and getting together with friends and, you know, doing things and just getting out, and, you know, it's just that all of those things are going to be, you know, very advantageous to us, and you know, and we'll find that we'll be able to grow based upon our relationships. But hey, I'm talking about the right relationships. So you know, just level up with it, level up, you know. So anywho, as always, uh-oh, I'm gonna drop my water here. This is a piece that I'm working on here. Again, I haven't given a designation to the piece, you know, or name or anything like that. You know, I'm just kind of working on the piece, and whenever I have time to work. And you know, it's just hey, it's just about getting into your creative muse and whatnot, and doing what you know in your heart that frees your mind, frees your spirit. You know, because these times are, you know, they're crazy. It's crazy. So anyhow, without any further ado, I'm gonna end this video, and to the next one. This is today is Sunday. It's the 8th of August. Man, the year is really passing really fast, you know. And but anywho, Adabo. See you later.